So this is the shell of our design. There's a motion sensor that's triggered by your hand or the water, and then there's 4 lights, and every 5 seconds these lights tick up. On the right side of the box there's a speaker, and every time lights turn on, the speaker will blink. Inside of the main box of the shell, we take the lid off. There's a breadboard that runs towards the front of the box, and then the lights have to be pushed through the hole, just smaller than the diameter of the lights themselves, into the breadboard. So that was really difficult to do, and the measurements were super precise. The whole thing itself, when it fits together, is about 6 inches by 3 inches by 4 inches. Behind the breadboard is the Arduino, which is then connected to a battery. The speaker obviously is taped on the inside. And then the bottom half of the shell is the motion sensor itself. So if you look at the bottom of this thing, if it'll focus, there's 2 holes. And so what we would do is we would connect the motion sensor to the breadboard and then run the wires through those holes. And then the whole thing would clip around the sink like that. So this is the complete circuit which fits inside the shell. There's the motion sensor right here, which triggers these 4 lights. The lights themselves, each light runs into pins 13 through 10 respectively. The circuit has a resistor, which runs into ground, which is right over here. And then 5 volts runs into the negative. And that's one circuit for each light. The motion sensor itself plugs into pin 3, and the speaker plugs into pin 2. And it's honestly a pretty simple circuit. So this is a simple hand wash timer. There's a motion sensor right here, which triggers these 4 lights that come on. Sort of our idea of clipping it around the sink was that, this sink isn't, but if it was a motion sensored sink, you'd reach down to wash your hands and also trigger this sensor. The sensor can also be triggered by the water running. And then every 5 seconds, these lights tick up. And then when the 4th light hits it, it's exactly 20 seconds. Then you got a little power down state. If you try to trigger the sensor now, nothing will happen. A little delay, and then you can go again if you want to. Here's an example of water triggering the motion sensor. So if you had a sink that was motion sensor, you can go completely hands-free. Which is pretty awesome.